This is F1, day 1, and we're revising sh and the soft f sound. When we make the soft f sound, our tongue goes back into our mouth when we say these words. So there's a lot in this list, apart from the sh and the th, and you'll see as we go through all the things that we're revising. So it's a good revision list for you. First word is shock, shock. Then we've got sh-r-i-n-k, shrink, sh-a-m-p-oo, shampoo, sp-l-a-sh, splash, th-r-a-sh, thrash, th-i-n-k, think, th-or, thaw, th-r-o, throw, th-r-oo, through, th-r-o-t, throat. So the thing to remember here is, if we've got a short word with a short sound, we put CK at the end. You have to remember this one, that it's NK at the end. We never have NCK or NGK, it's just NK at the end. This is the oo sound like in zoo, so that's a nice easy one for you that you should remember. This is quite easy, you've just got the sh. Here, this is tricky because you've got the th at the start and the sh at the end. Once again, we've got the NK without the C in the middle, so it's just NK, never NCK, never NGK, just NK. This OR sound is the OR sound in saw, like I saw you at the park, or Dad cuts the wood with a saw. It's quite a hard one, that AW makes the OR sound, but it's one of the earlier ones that we have to learn because it's in a lot of common words when you start reading and writing. The O sound for the OW is also tricky. O. It's the O sound like in row, like row a boat or bow. This oo sound is the oo sound that we have, and we've talked about it before, where the dog does poo and you go oo. So this is the oo. Remember, this is you throwing the ball for your dog at the park. That's your dog. And when the dog does poo, you say ooh. That's the easiest way for you to remember that EW makes the ooh sound. And down here we've got the OA, like in boat, making the long O sound. So you've got an O sound here and a different one here, so just be careful. Okay, what do these words mean? Shock means when you get a surprise and your eyes pop open and sometimes your mouth does too. And so your face shows that you've had a big surprise or a shock. Shrink means to make something smaller. So we've made this big giraffe into a little giraffe. So we shrank it. Shampoo is something that you use to wash your hair with. It's a soap for hair. Splash is when water splashes everywhere. You can splash any liquid, but you might splash someone in the pool or at the beach to have a bit of fun. Thrash is when you pull in a fish, quite often it will fight you. It won't want to be caught, so it will fight and it will thrash about. Thrash also has another meaning. You could thrash a rug or a mat if you take it outside and bang it. And if you and I had a race, you would thrash me in the race. That means you would win by a lot. Okay, think is something that you do in your mind when you decide to do something, you think about it a lot. Thaw is when something melts. So this snowman, Olaf, is going to thaw out if he goes out into the hot sun or the sun starts to shine on him. Throw is where you might throw a ball to someone and they might catch it, or a beanbag. Through is when you drop something, if you've already done it, like this man threw his rubbish in the bin. And throat is the inside of the back of your mouth that sort of is at the top of your neck too. So when you go to the doctor, if you've got a sore throat, that means it's sore inside the back of your mouth. The doctor might have to look in with a light to see what's wrong. All right, let's have a look at how we're going to write these words. So we're going to go read it, sound it 3 times, spell them 3 times, write them 3 times, and then check them. So we're going to go shock, 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 S-H-O-C-K, 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 cover it, and write it 3 times. See if you can get your letters on the line. Try not to look at the word unless you get stuck. If you get stuck, you can have a quick peek. Then you can finish the rest of those on your... This is F1 day 2, and we're revising SH for sh and TH for th. So we've got shock, shrink, shampoo, splash, thrash, think, throw, through, throat. You can see I've had to use lots of colours today because there's a lot of revision in here. We've got, after a short vowel, we put CK for the k sound. We've got a short vowel here and then nk, so we only ever put an N and a K for nk at the end of a word. You know the oo, the 2 O's from the word zoo, oo, it's in shampoo as well. Let's see, nk again that we had up here. Remember, it's just NK, not NCK or not NGK. AW for the OR sound, as in saw. I saw you at the park, we use AW. O as in row the boat, OW. EW is oo, like when our dog does poo at the park and we go oo. And then we've got the OA like in boat for the long O sound in throat. So it's quite a bit of revision in this one. So first of all, you have to write the list word below the picture. So you've got things like throw, shrink, shock, think, and shampoo to write in. Now these are common sayings. So something of colour would be a splash of colour. Something it over would be think it over. Down here you have to fill in the gap with the missing list word. My team can something the other team. We know that when you win something, if you win easily, then you'd say thrash. Thrash can also mean to beat something, where you beat a rug or you beat something to make all the dirt come out of it. I can something a ball, I can throw a ball. He got something when he fell, he got a shock when he fell. The ice will thaw if it gets hot. So thaw is the missing word. I will wash my hair with, I think I'd wash it with shampoo, so I've got that big word up there to copy. My something is sore, so I feel sick. My throat is sore, so I feel sick. He something a frisbee for me to catch. He threw a frisbee for me to catch. So find the list word to match the meaning. What means fright? We know shock means fright. What means to get smaller? I think shrink means to get smaller. To beat could be, as we said before, thrash. What's the opposite to catch? What's the opposite to freeze? What's the opposite to grow? And what's the opposite to lose? You can work out those ones and fill in all those missing answers for us. This is F1 day 3, and we're doing a revision list on SH for the sh sound and TH for the th sound. And as you know from yesterday's work, we've got a lot of revision in these words, so you can choose if you want to highlight the other parts of these words that are important as well. So we've got shock, ink, shrink, shampoo, splash, thrash, think, or thaw, throw, through, throat. So you have to read those words, sound them, spell them, cover them, and write. So we're going to go shock, S-H-O-C-K, and then cover it and see if you can write it. By now they should be getting a little easier for you, because you've had 2 other days to practice them. Now plural means more than one of. So if we have 1 shampoo, we say shampoo, but if we have 2, we say shampoos. The rule is that if a word ends in O, you have to have 2 vowels before you add the S. So here we're only going to add an S. Throats, Yes, we're only adding the S. Splash-es. So remember, if you hear is at the end of a word, you're going to write es, splash-es. It's making its is sound, but we don't use a Z, we use an S there. So in verb families here, these words are all verbs and they're in their different tenses. You've got to find the base word first. So what would go in here? Look at this word, it'll give you the hint. We've got shocked. The word shocked comes from the word shock, so you'd have to write shock here. We've got thrash, thaw. Which one would this one be? Shampoos comes from the word shampoo, so you'd have to write shampoo there. Throws comes from the word throw, so these should all be the base words. Here you're adding S to all of these, or ES. Sometimes you might have to add ES, so you'd have shocks. It's just the S, but if you hear the is, thrash is, you're hearing the is, so you're going to write ES for thrashes. So you can finish those ones here. In this column, you're adding the ing. And in the final column, these are a bit tricky. So sometimes you're adding ed, and it can make three different sounds. It can say t, like shocked. Sounds like a T, but you know to write ed. Thrashed. Sounds like a T, but you know to write ed. What's the next one? Thawed. It's making its d sound, but you know you have to write ed at the end of it. We've got shampooed, so you've got to write the ed at the end, even if it's only making its d sound. So we don't say it shrinked, we say it shrank. So you've got to change in the word shrink, you've got to change that I to an A here. Shrank. Throws, throwing, and then we go through. So you've got the word through there. It means we did it before now. And thought we've done for you, because that's a bit tricky. Fill in the missing verb. Mum is something my hair. Would she? Mum is shampoo my hair? No. Mum is shampoos my hair? No. Mum is shampooing my hair? Oh, that sounds good. Mum is shampooed my hair. No, shampooing sounds best. So you have to write in the verb in its correct tense. So you might need that table to help you. Down here, proofreading. You have to circle and copy the correct spelling. So have a look at the words, which one is spelt correctly. Make sure the letters are in the right order. Circle it and write it on the line. Now this alphabetical order down here is a bit tricky because the first two letters are the same in all of these words. So when the first two letters are the same, we've got to look at the next letter. So we've got an I, an A, and an R. If you say the alphabet, you would know that A comes first. So we'd have to write thank first. You have to look at the letters, the I and the R, to work out which are the next two words that we're going to write in alphabetical order. Off you go and finish that page. This is F1 day 4 and we're revising S, H, sh and TH. But here we're also doing some other revision. We're looking at when to use a C or a K at the start of a word, when to use a KE or a CK or an NK at the end of a word. So you know that if a K sound is followed by an A, O, U, L, R, that we must use a C before it for the K sound. And if the letter after a K sound is an E, an I or a Y, you know that we must use the K before it for the K sound. So let's just do the first line together and we'll show you how this works and then you can do the rest of it on your own. So if the letter after a K sound is an E, we know we must use a K before it. At the end of a word we're using KE after a long vowel sound and CK after a short vowel sound. So we'll leave that up there for you to refer to in case you get stuck. So here we've got ick. It could be think. So we've got k. It's got a person thinking there. We've got plank, plank, piece of wood, and bank, bank here. So we put the K one under the K here at the start of a word. Think, we've got 3 to write in. We've got think, plank, and last one is bank. You can finish the rest of those on your own. Down the bottom it's a word sleuth, so you have to find as many words as you can with CK in them, TH in them or SH in them. So when you find one, you can circle it and then write it over here. Sh, r, I, k. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 words you have to find in that word sleuth and fill up all those lines here.